Hi Scorpio, here is a general look at your solar chart for April 2012. And there's a very practical feel to this month. The material, physical aspects of your life here on Earth are going to be highlighted. So it might mean that you're dealing more with daily duties, chores, niggly details, juggling schedules, particularly late month. You may be putting more physical effort in getting things running smoothly, but it looks as though you will have some help because the relationship sector looks terrific. In fact, it could even go right off the charts, but it's always, everything is in its proper sort of balance related to how everything else is sitting. So, and particularly in your natal chart, which I can't know from here, but the Venus energy is going to be, very strong. Just be aware that between the 14th and the 17th, around about there, you may have to bear more of a burden for some reason. It could be centered around work, it could be around health, your own, somebody else's. You may have to just take on a little bit more there, be more disciplined, because the demands of those who serve you or who you serve. But have a look at the Saturn transit to figure out what that blip might be about, and that will be on my website if you aren't there already under on the copy written under Scorpio. Now, until the 4th, close relationships could definitely be enjoying the Venusian energy. You and someone could really hit it off, or it could be that you and someone really find that you can do business together, you get on well with somebody, you have a rapport. Whatever kind of relationship it is, you could benefit from hearing their slant on things as well. But yes, it's in a very nice area there. It may also be a good time for you to pay more attention to health and safety, diet and exercise. Or be aware of it on your own behalf or on the behalf of others, and maybe learning a new skill is also a very sort of social sort of feeling around this. Just looking after basic stuff paves the way for better conditions or even more lucrative conditions for you in the future. And contact with healers or service providers could be increasing at this time as well. And then from the 4th, this is when Venus comes into a very potentially sizzly area, and you can get more passionate in a personal relationship, or intense in something that you are passionate about, and that you are sharing this passion with another. You could really click, you could really bond with somebody, and this is a good time for that. This is also a good time for confidential advice, having a heart-to-heart talk. Maybe you're the confidant, or it could be the other way around. And but yes, it does look like there's almost like changing gear to a deeper level of connecting somehow or other here. And Venus could pave the way as well for a more financially lucrative, or if it's not money, materially stable, emotionally stable time for you when it goes into this sector of your solar chart on the 4th. Treats and favours are more likely to be coming your way. So if you want to apply for funding, this might be a really good time to do it. And this Venus transit will be happening until August 2012, so you do get a good crack at it here. And this area materially has huge potential for you, where Venus is going to be. Just make sure that more isn't coming out of your pocket than is going into it, or that's metaphorically speaking, really, I think. Now, although your feelings may be near the surface, it very much looks as though you will have the resources or the emotional support at hand to keep you happy. And of course, during these long transits, it's not going to be switched full on all the time. It will rise and fall, and the peaks will be at the moments that it is touching the planets or the sun in your natal chart, wherever the position of those are in your natal chart. Now, until the 16th, Mercury is in a very entertaining area, or an area to do with you being able to be more self-expressive, more spontaneous. It implies access to more entertainment, more fun in daily encounters, having more of a laugh, Overall, it may mean your creative juices are flowing and that you are in a more relaxed, creative mood whilst you are serving others, helping others, learning something, creating something. However it is for you, there may be a more friendly sharing along the way. It's got a romantic feel to it as well. So it looks like you're doing quite well in that department at the moment, Scorpio. There could be, or it might not be working like that for you. It might be that you are taking a bit of a risk. You're doing something which for you feels like a bit of a gamble. There may be an element of business as usual in amongst all of this friendly sharing and perhaps romantic socializing, and business as usual though, and having to keep certain schedules. So be careful that you don't take your eye off the ball. For some of you, there will be more focus upon children, animals, or, as I say, romantic liaisons, and admiring glances may be exchanged between you and somebody else. And then from the 16th, your mind will be more focused upon the to-do list. You get more grown up and serious now. Practical chores, correspondence maybe, schedules, paperwork, keeping a steady weather eye and all of that stuff, and health, running repairs, equipment, maintenance, just the mechanical details of daily life could be keynote. And for some of you, the way it can work is that you will be learning useful new skills at this time as well. Maybe getting your head around new equipment, could be communications equipment, could be to do with vehicles or travel and transport, and any of that could be more emphasized at this time. But there could be some delays related to them until early, just in the first week of April. So anyway, the Venus energy could manifest in a romantic sense, in a financial sense, but definitely it gives you an opportunity to really improve the flow materially from the 4th, and it's also a very good time for you to team up with someone, to shift into more commitment, in an emotional sense, or in a material sense. Don't quite know what that means, but maybe you can figure it out, and that all depends on your natal chart and in your own ability, Scorpio, to create what you want. So it's potentially a good time for cooperative alliances, negotiations, and feeling more rapport, and as I say, that goes on until August 2012 in particular. The group dynamic is very strong in your chart due to the fact that Mars is in a long transit in this area of your solar chart. It came in November and it will stay until July. So the group dynamic, teamwork, collaborating with those with interests in common, aims in common, are going to be very key for several months to come. And also making new friends, also activities. There's a very physical feel with Mars, so activities with colleagues, friends, acquaintances for professional or personal reasons will be more highlighted. Also, for you in your life, this is a very progressive period where Mars is in an area which is very progressive. So you really can be starting to realize things which may have been on the back burner of your life for a long time. Physical energy will go into all of this sort of stuff, and this is a very good time for you to be, as I say, making new associations and building new contacts. And cultivating, really, I should say, new contacts. But you could feel, overloaded sometimes because all the stuff you've got to do for others or for a common cause you are all supporting. So just don't let Mars run you ragged, because the Mars energy can be very, it doesn't know when to stop, it's too impulsive. So just try to pace yourself and learn how to. You see, the thing is about Mars likes to have its head. It likes to be in the lead. It likes to be out in front. But sometimes, you can overreach your own energies, and also you might be sitting in the back thinking, well, I wouldn't do it like that, or I could do it better than that. So you just have to be careful about that, because Mars, this is the Mars energy, you see. It's a very feisty, assertive, aggressive, bold energy. So just learn to harness the Mars energy, and you can do very, very well and come out the other side at the end of July with new friends, having built cultivated new people in a business sense, which will stand you in good stead in the future, maybe having sort of said goodbye to other friendships and other associations and group associations along the way as well. But Mars does love to initiate things and is happy taking on a leading role, so others could actually, sense this transit that's happening through you, and actually you find yourself volunteered. But just be careful, that you don't get flung into centre stage, in a more prominent way than really you're prepared for, you're capable of, or that you signed up for, you see. Until April, until mid-April, Mars will be going retrograde, so that kind of slows everything down. It can make you this energy back up in your system as well, and you might feel a bit frustrated sometimes with it. May be harder for you to make the progress, or to make the progress, it's just a harder climb in some way, slower. Or maybe it's not like that at all. Maybe it's just that you don't feel as though everybody's putting together in the way they should, or you don't feel as though this friend is behaving in the way they should, or you think they're a bit over the, out of order, or whatever it is. You feel that others are holding you up. But maybe, they think the same thing, or letting the side down, or whatever it is. Or you just feel that things are going in the wrong direction. But anyway, this is just to do with the retrograde action of Mars, and when it goes direct mid-April, you should start to feel as though things are coming together, people are coming together, and united you stand, and things fall into place, and there really is strength in numbers. Or maybe you underestimated somebody previously, or maybe you're just changing your style and your way of coming across. And then from the 20th, you will be cooperating or liaising, and a friendship or professional relationship could deepen. There's a lot of this deepening stuff going on with you, which is absolutely up your street, Scorpio. And these are the faster moving inner planets that I've been speaking about here, but there's also the slower moving outer planets, which provide the sort of backbeat to all of this. So if you are on my website, just read what I say about what's written about the slow moving outer planets, and if you're not, you can find my website, and then pair the two up together. Also, if you know your rising sign or your moon sign, you might like to find those, and the forecast for those will add to or subtract from what I've said here. And I hope that helps, and I'll see you the next time.